Yeah, well, the whole Ikechukwu thing, the genesis of it started when he was granted an interview on a podcast, and I think they just wanted to talk about his story, in Niger hip hop, and somewhere along the line, I think the thing went from, being his story to mentioning me like a couple of times in some statements and saying, I think I heard things like, Terry's an upcoming rapper to comparing Terry the Rapman to a certain rapper is like comparing Squadron to Dumpy. A lot of unprintable things. And when the thing hit my notice, I was like, okay. He just let me know one thing, like, okay, this guy does not like me. And I went on an interview. I told him, I don't know where this thing's coming from, if it's because of a certain girl that has actually moved on with her life. Why are you addressing it 7 years later? It's just ridiculous. And I told him to go to the studio if he has a problem. It's been like, what, months since then. We've not heard anything. So I decided to address it. I didn't want to do like a whole diss track because I felt it was a waste of time. That was my opinion. And I got on a song with a friend of mine, Paper, and it was just like an afterthought. At the end of the verse, let me just enter this guy, Joe. That kind of thing, So, but it's all hip hop, It's all like, as long as we keep it on wax, nobody's trying to go into the streets or anything, we hope not. So if you confront me, you expect retaliation. So I retaliated. If he feels like he's going to the studio to record, well, fine, that's up to him. If I feel the need to reply again, fine, I will. But I just addressed it. I wasn't trying to go all, like I'm trying to make money off a diss record. No, I don't think. Right now, I'm working on a lot of projects that, I feel like it's a blessing that, they're actually coming my way this time. Right? So I don't want to be dragged into a diss song and everything. But at the same time, you don't just come at me and just say some certain things and discredit my name that I've worked hard for over 15 years. That's just, I'm not having it. So I just decided to just drop 4 bars, and that was it. I don't think I'll ever want to reply that situation again. I just told him, like, yo, stay in your lane, all right? Just stay in your lane. Okay, first of all, let me answer the first part of the question. When Yungsix was talking about hip-hop dying I believe he started with a tweet. He tweeted saying when he wants to listen to good hip-hop, he listens to South African hip-hop. And I agreed with him. And what I didn't like about, when it went on blogs, people now wrote, Terry the Rapman and Yungsix say hip-hop is dead. I didn't say that. What I was saying was, I agree with him that, yes, we're not saying that people are not rapping in Nigeria, but the media does not shed light on the dope rappers in Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? Look at Ghana, look at South Africa, Kenya, Uganda, they're killing it with their hip-hop, game and everything. Rappers are actually getting endorsements, they're going far, and they're not doing commercial rap per se. They're not really singing, Like in Ghana, there's Manifest, his brand is strong. We have AKA Casper, Casper sold out an arena just himself, So we don't have an equivalent of that in Nigeria. That's what I meant. And the culture is not really, we don't really support the culture the way other countries do. That's why I supported Yungsix with that statement, not saying that the dope rappers are not rapping, That's by the side. But I believe it's going to change, We're seeing a lot of young people now taking, their career into their hands, Some of them is just depending on internet alone and, without the media. And they're pushing. And it's becoming stronger and stronger. We're just waiting for that moment when we'll have a full hip-hop concert, where we're seeing only rappers headlining, not, singers as well as rappers. Hip-hop is taking baby steps. We don't need this at this early stage. What we need is unity in hip-hop music so that we can grow and we can compete with our fellow South Africans, Ghanaians, Kenyans, and everything. We're still here, segregating ourselves, calling one certain kind of hip-hop commercial, calling another underground. We're dissecting ourselves, so there'll be no unity, We need to do more rap collabos, do more hip-hop concerts and everything so that hip-hop can grow. That's what I'm about. Yeah, well, I'm working on a lot of projects. I'm dropping a mixtape, like I told people via social media. It's called the Joe Spasm 2.0 mixtape. Now, for those who know Terry the Rapman, they will know I had a mixtape like 7 years ago with Night House and DJ Jimmy Jat on it. And the reason why this mixtape is so important to a lot of rap fans is because that first mixtape had almost, I think, basically everybody that blew up in the Nigerian music, in the Nigerian rap industry. I had everybody from Ice Prince to Tito Simos. I had Whiskey on the song. I had Scales, Mo Cheddar, Kel, Sinzu, Sauce Kid, was on a major track with Jimmy Jat and everything. And so for me to say I'm dropping a 2.0, Just Passing's 2.0 mixtape, there got to be a lot of anticipation for that. So I just dropped a single off the mixtape. It's called Look What You Did to Him, featuring Paper, which is going to be on his own mixtape too, Bars 2. Watch out for that. So after that, my album is basically dropping this year. That will be like middle of the year, which is called Blame Hip Hop. I'll tell a lot of stories in this album that a lot of people don't know about me. How, what happened that period I stayed away from music to the challenges I experienced, and all the things that affected me through hip hop, So it's going to be an interesting album, basically. And I just like the fact that a controversial title like that is getting a lot of attention.